guess I won't spend any time on that. But this, I know this is different from the one you're looking at, but really the whole thought process behind the mouse pad was just to give you something to look at, to make you just, hey, did I get everything? You know what I mean? You know, and it tells you to look at your margins, right? Are my margins hitting where they need to be hitting? Did I gather all the information that I needed to gather, right? All those type of things, right? So it's just something to look at to make you think and make sure that you catch everything. I'm sure most of you use some kind of supplement form. It's probably, I guess, at your shop, right? Do you? Yes, no, maybe? No? How do you get supplements from your techs?
Yeah.
Huh? They call you out there. That's fine. If you guys go out there every time and write it, that's cool. Do you use a supplement sheet?
Something like that.
Yeah.
The manager showed me.
I'm happy to give you all this one, but whatever. It doesn't matter to me how you necessarily do it, just so long as you have a consistent approach. A supplement sheet is, even though a lot of techs are going to tell you, oh, it's not my job to write down the supplement, I got news for you. It damn sure is your job. If you're working for me, it is. Because I need the information back from you. You're my damn expert. You know? So part of your job is doing this other piece too. If we don't see eye to eye on that, I'm telling you I can find somebody else. I don't care how much of a shortage there is. That's just my opinion. Now, on this form, what I like about this one that we built, and I could probably update it and make it a little better, but this very first line says clips, bolts, fasteners, invoiced and scanned. Really, all that line is to remind me, did I build these fools for all my nuts, bolts, and fasteners? Because we cannot afford to give away nuts, bolts, and fasteners. That is not a cost of doing business. That's something that you've got to have to put the car back to pre-rec. It's like I used to tell insurance companies when I tell them that I need the hood insulator clips underneath, right? And they'd be like, oh no, I'm not going to pay for that. I'm like, well, you paid for the hood. Well, yeah, I paid for the hood. Well, why wouldn't you pay for the clip? It's got a part number. It was damaged in the wreck, and you insured the car, and I got to have this part to put the car back to pre-rec. The only difference between that clip and the hood is the cost, right? So because the clip's cheaper, I should eat it? Think about that for a second. You wouldn't eat the hood, would you? They wouldn't even ask you to eat the hood. But they'll ask you to eat the clip sometimes. Not all of them, but sometimes, right? Doesn't make any sense. My rebuttal back to them is what I just told you. That clip is no different than the fender, than the hood, than the upper rail. They all have part numbers from the OE, and the OE tells us procedures actually that they need to be replaced every time. There's only difference is the price, right? So don't get bamboozled into this giving away the cheap, the stuff that doesn't cost a lot, because that stuff adds up, right? At the end of the month. I mean, you don't have someone who comes in and fills up your clip bin for free, do you? I used to tell my technicians, there is no clip fairy. They don't come in and fill this thing up at night. And you don't get to go into the drawer and take a handful of them and put them into your magic center drawer, right? Because that's what happens. You know, the clip fairy comes at night, tech sees the clip fairy, they go over there and like, ooh, bumper clips for a Honda Accord. I need those. I only need one, but I'm going to take a handful. And I'm going to go put them in my bottom box, top center drawer, because that's where they all keep their clips, right? Every damn tech's the damn same, coast to coast. And then they put them in there. What's really cool about that whole thing, if you really ever look at your shop, and you know, of course, someone's already pilfered the clip bin, so Phil goes to go get the clip he needs to put the bumper on, but there's no clip, right? So what does Phil do next? It's Friday, it's 2 o'clock. Phil needs a clip. What does Phil do?
Use the old one.
The old one's gone. No, we got to get the car out today. What's he really do? Absolutely, he's going to go on a scavenger hunt right now for that clip, right? So it starts out like this. Phil goes out, he's on the mission for this clip that he's got to have, and I come up to you and I'm like, hey, you got this clip? And you're like, he could be welding a side in, by the way, he's an A-tech for me, welding a side in to get it ready to go. But I asked you,
Jose has it.
do you have this clip? What you're really going to do as a body tech, most body techs, is you're going to say, hey bro, I don't know, let me see. So we're going to take off our welding helmet, we're going to take off, you know it's true, going to take off all his shit, and he's going to go up to his magic drawer, he's going to pull it open, and now Phil and you are going to dig through there and look for the magic clip that you got to have. When we find out you don't have it, Then what happens? You gotta go to the next tech. So now I'm going to you. So that's right, exactly. If you ever really watch it happen, he's vested now. He's vested into this clip hunt. He is not going to give up on the clip hunt now because he's in, right? Phil needs it. He's a team player. We all gotta find this clip. Now I'm coming to you. Do you have the clip? I don't know, but let me stop working on this freaking car that's supposed to go home on Monday so we can see if we can find it. So you put your shit down, now we open your magic drawer, or maybe you've been in it a long time and you've got an entire cardboard box full of shit that we can dig through because you've overgrown your magic drawer, right? The magic drawer is full, so you're using a box, right? So we can't find the drawer, now we're all gonna dig through the box. You look up, all you got is 3 asses up in the air, and you're all digging through the free box, right? All of them A-techs, all looking for a freaking $2 clip. Right? That's true story stuff. That's why you're laughing.
And then you find something that, hey man, I ain't seen one of these in a long
I
time.
know.
Oh, you know where I got that from?
Yeah.
And next thing you know.
And then the whole shop has stopped, right? I mean, that's a real world story. You know it is, right? I mean, you could look up and all of a sudden you got 4 damn technicians looking for a $2 clip. What do you pay those guys an hour? Think about that for a second. It's pretty crazy, right? Those are all these little slides are, and they're old, so I don't want to show them to you. It's just showing you where to go within your estimatics to find the P pages. Is everybody pretty good with finding the P pages within your estimating system right now? If you're not, really lean on the people who you purchase that system from and call them and ask them to go. They will set up a webinar. They won't fly people down, but they will set up a training for you. Most people don't realize that CCC and Mitchell and Autotex, if you kind of squeak a little bit, maybe threaten that you might want to go with a competitor, and there's something that your team needs to be trained on, they'll find a way to get on the phone with you, right? Won't they?
They sure will. Okay, that works.
Okay, so I told you a lot of this book is just for your own reference. We've hit that spot. So I just want to show you this real quick, and if you don't think this is cool, that's fine, you can tell me. But we thought it was cool, and we did it. So if you look at your book, because my slide isn't going to do it for you, if you look at your book on page 120, right? What you'll see on 120 is this bumper, right? And what it's a screenshot of, and it's motors, I'm pretty sure, it's a screenshot of included and not included, right? You guys see that in your book? The other thing that it has down on the bottom that you will not find all on one page is commonly missed items. There's an industry that we miss a lot. Okay? So what we've done is we've taken the included and not included, which you can get to from your P pages, but we've also added, here's the stuff as an industry that we all tend to overlook when we're in the bumper area. And then we've done that for every section. Lamps, radiator support, front end, rocker, grill, quarter. You guys with me? What I'm telling you is, and I don't, and, you know, you can choose. I think there's like 20, 25 pages of that. I've had shops, just so you know, choose to take those pages out of the book, make copies of them, either put them in a folder or staple them and give one to each estimator so they just have it for a reference, just a quick reference of, hey, what's the stuff that as an industry we overlook, and just make sure that we bill for that. So that's all that is. You can choose to use it or not. There's some letters in there from the paint companies. By the way, all the paint companies, we all say the same thing, just so you know. You must blend to get a match. Right? We don't care about it. Okay, it's cut off. But right, see what we've done? Think that's got any kind of value at all, or was that a horrendous waste of time? Because I'm going to tell you there's a lot of man hours put into that. Just make me feel good at telling your name.
A lot of value.
Just lie to me if you have to. Okay, here's a total loss form. Again, I'm not telling you what to do at your store, but there's this whole misconception of this cost of doing business crap that we have all the time in this industry, but it's just insane. You know, do any of y'all ever walk into anybody else's business, like the grocery store, and I don't know, take some free shit and just tell them that it's a cost of doing business? Do you? No? Okay, I'm just curious. It's just our business, right? And for whatever reason, they think that that's okay, right, with us. It's not okay, and I don't know that you're going to agree with everything that we put on here from a more of a, it says total losses, but it could be admin or whatever. But it's got the storage, any kind of restocking fees, if there was a lien fee. It's got, this one I really like, hazardous waste cleanup, right? Anybody buy Absorball at your shop? Anybody have the Absorball at your shop? Yeah, right. You charge for it, right? Or kitty litter. I don't care what the hell you use.
No, that's what it's called.
Yeah, you call it kitty litter. It doesn't, no matter what you're using, that stuff doesn't show up at the shop for free, right? Absorball, kitty litter, I don't care what you use to go outside and clean up the puke that's in your lot, right? But again, just remember, Mrs. Jones wrecked her car. State Farm decided to insure her. They towed it to your lot. It puked in your lot. Someone has to go clean up said puke. That costs material and time. You should bill them for that if it's a total. Now, if you're just going to let it soak into the earth, I probably wouldn't charge them. But if you are going to go out there and actually, put Absorball on it and clean it up, then you should bill them for it. And your person that's out there doing it, there's a cost associated with that person. No one works for free for you, right? Yeah, so whatever he is hourly, right? Come up with something fair. Cover car to protect the elements, you should be billing them for that. Anybody using that, oh good God, the plastic that you can make a damn window out of? Crash wrap, thank you. Crash wrap is not cheap, is it? No. But we use a shitload of crash wrap. I mean, I literally have seen people driving down the road that turn crash wrap into their window. And it looks like it's holding up pretty good, quite honestly. So crash wrap's expensive. So if cars come to your lot and they're a total or a possible total, they need to pay for that. Or you can always give them the option that you'll just leave it exposed. Because that's another option. It's not your car, it's their car. Do you want us to cover it up and protect it from the elements, or would you like it to possibly fill up with water or whatever else may happen to it during the time? Crash wrap and covering cars should not be a cost of doing business, right? Because again, it's expensive. I don't know that I'm going to charge my customer for removing their personal items, because I usually like my customers more than that. But anyway, there's some things on there, the disassembly, those type of things, right? If you want that, we can get it to you. This is just the commonly missed refinish items, which is in your book. Same slides are in your book. Okay. These, just real quick, that door is actually at a customer, and it's sitting in his waiting area. And I don't think we really fight people too much on R&I, certainly not the insurance companies. You might have some customers that come in that are thinking about paying out of their pocket that have been to Mako, and Mako said they'll paint the side of their car for $150, and then you write $750, and they want to know why there's such a big discrepancy. Well, this prop is all it really is. It's kind of cool. This guy did, it's kind of hard to see, but he cut the belt molding in half, cut the door handle in half, cut the side molding in half, and then he shows the customer what it looks like if you don't R&I the trim and you paint over the top of it. How clean it looks when it's off, right? And so you can tell the customer in that scenario, this is why it's $750 here and it's $150 at Mako. They don't take any of this stuff off, right? So that's just a visual tool. This is just showing you the different stages of the paint process, right? That's another prop that he has there. It is, to us, it's kind of, whatever. But most people really think that when you paint their car, it's kind of like going to Home Depot. I want to paint my wall beige, so I go to Home Depot to get some paint, and they drop some color in it, and they go throw it on the wall. Our customers don't realize the difference in the paint process on their car versus the wall at the house. I'm just telling you, they don't. Unless you explain
The wall is an art project. I mean, it's an art piece.
Yeah, there you go.
It's little diamond shapes, and I have one metal primer, base coat, clear coat, and I have it spread out across.
There you go. Same theory, right? Just so you can use it for a visual indicator to have that conversation with your customer.
Like even customers that are paying out of pocket. Well, I have a thing here, but why do you have to paint the whole panel?
Right.
That. We gets kind of annoying.
It does get, yeah, I know. But keep in mind, they have no idea. I try to explain to my friends all the time that car paint is nothing like, paint on your house. And honestly, with your customers, I've used that when I was running the shop a lot. I explained to them that, man, the paint that goes on your car is a very different type of paint than what you're used to going and getting at Home Depot and painting your walls, and then try to explain it to them a little bit.
Except for short waves.
Except for sure, when it's about the same. All right, so we don't have time for that Miss P page stuff, because I can see all the ready to drink here. So this, like any good paint company, my paint company has to throw a bunch of paint crap in here at the end, which I really don't know that I want to spend a whole lot of time with. But I will tell you, this is all real stuff that I think everybody in here probably knows. If you're trying to have a conversation with an insurance company about things on why do we blend, I know they want us to panel paint crap all the time now. And by the way, I'm updating some of these slides to kind of help give some more ammo to fight back on this stuff. But application, just, again, I know they're not going to listen